The Bulls begin the game with the basketball. Carter. To Young. Lets it fly from long range, and Thaddeus Young. It's good off the quick release.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up a three.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard to Beverly. Here comes the screen. George. A bad pass, and the Bulls have it.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know, just like I know, you're not getting back on D.
Off the assist.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
The free throw, good. Cashes in on the three-point play. The lead now stands at 10. Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play.
Play some D, play some D.
Kawhi Leonard up against Porter. Paul George to Leonard.
Trap.
Knocked loose. Bulls have it. And a nice finish at the rim.
Who's controlling the paint? The offense is controlling the paint right now. The defense needs to do a better job of making it more uncomfortable for those easy lays.
Leonard to Paul George. Leonard, his first effort, off the mark. On the follow, way to stay with it.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Oh, yeah, easy.
To Porter. Not that time.
Hey, match up.
George to Leonard.
Here we go.
Oh, Carter with the rejection. Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
Leonard. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Bulls with it.
That is my man right here. Y'all get yours. I got ball.
Deep left corner. Porter. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
This comes down to great execution both on the offensive and defensive end of the floor. Let's see if they can carry this into the second quarter.
Leonard to Beverly. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Good sign that time, Jay, as they going to go down. But now let's see if they can get a stop on the other end.
If you're looking at this game like you're looking at your week, it's the first quarter, which means that it's Monday. It's early. Just because you had a bad Monday doesn't mean you can't have a great Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Were you the kind of person who always had that case of the Mondays?
No, it's always Friday, my friend.
That's the way to do it. Beyond the arc for three. Tough shot. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Young.
Hold on.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Thaddeus Young at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 67%.
Easy buckets.
Clippers have the basketball.
Play deep. I got ball. I'm here.
Here comes the screen.
I got your help.
Kawhi Leonard, 2 of 4 now.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Who gonna do this?
To Young, 4-3. He made his first effort, but not that time. Paul George to Leonard. Nice pass to get things going.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Levine
Screen on your left. Yo, come here. Set the
to
screen.
Markkanen.
Hey, right here.
From the painted area, won't go down. To Leonard. And look out. Big finish at the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Levine. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Knocks down the first.
Good money.
Goes 2 for 2 at the
I
line.
like that one. I got him.
I got ball. Pick up. Match up.
Leonard to George. Shot from in close, no good.
Man, come on. Right here.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Lauri Markkanen trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. To Markkanen from long range. Tough shot from Markkanen. No good.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Patrick Beverley at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 76% from the line.
Let's go, boy. Catch
Free
me out.
throw is good to finish off the three-point play. That slices the lead down to 4. Gets it in the right corner. Young. Thaddeus Young. 3 for 4. Good start.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Touch screen.
Leonard goes to the left side. To Leonard. And the finish. Jay, that was unguardable.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
My ball, my ball.
Gets it in the left corner. Levine. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Chicago basketball.
My ball.
Markkanen.
Ball.
Slams it down. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Carter. Fires the three, knocks it down, and the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
The most important part for the offensive player is to create space. If you can create space, you can find your rhythm, and that's what we saw.
Free throws up and perfect.
Way to hit. Way to hit.
It's the Clippers with the possession now.
Me and you.
Leonard to Miles Bridges. George over to the right side. Nothing going here on that drive. No, I missed a short one there.
My ball, my ball, my ball.
To Wendell Carter. Here's a chance from long range. First free throw is good.
Just like practice.
It's the second. One more coming. Knocks down all three at the line.
Way to shoot it.
Rebound comes to Chicago. Markkanen to Wendell Carter. The pass set it all up.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Dives for it. Not afraid to mix it up.
What kind of shot was that?
Chicago with the possession. To Young. Deep two there. Won't go. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
I don't think anyone saw this one coming, but it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
The screen sets him up for two.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Fires the three. Now that's a contest.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Here we go. My ball, my ball.
Williams to Miles Bridges. Gilgeous-Alexander, keep an eye on this guy. Slams it down. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They looked lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Able to convert inside.
The 7th pick overall, Larry Marketing had an exquisite rookie season. Ending the year, all-rookie first team. Even Executive VP John Paxson of the Bulls organization referred to him as the cornerstone of the franchise.
Not that time.
Woo, I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Box out. I got shooter.
Knocked loose. Bulls come away with it.
Split on the ball.
Oh, it's quick work.
Pass to the rim.
Defense, let's go.
Even to Zubats. Able to recover with the block. To Leonard.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Kawhi Leonard. He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
There is no better feeling than after making that shot and trotting back on defense, seeing your opponent stare, point, or yell at each other for miscommunication.
Going to launch beyond the arc. That's good D. Shot no good. It's LA Clippers ball. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
I need help. Take mine.
Cashes in for 2.
I like that aggression early. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
We get a whistle and a timeout as they will get together and talk things over. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. And the reward, he's going to the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at the line. And hits the first free throw.
Heck yeah.
Able to convert on both free throws.
Screen.
Chicago possession to Markkanen.
I got mine. Y'all get yours. I got mine.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
I got him.
A ball here.
And the basket good at the rim.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas, or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
Otto Porter. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Nice finish at the rim.
Finally, finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
I got ball. That's me.
Can't connect. The follow won't go either. First quarter is complete. Nice cushion for the Bulls. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as
Yeah, baby. Here we go.
I got ball.
to Porter. Oh, nice find for the basket.
There it is.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Shot from the lane won't go. Probing the defense.
Switch, I got him.
Trying to cash in. And the rebound taken in by George. Beverly into the front court. His guys down big. Can't connect from in close.
I got ball. I got ball.
To Porter for three. That's off the side of the rim, short.
Come on, you gotta work around the screen. You killing me.
Williams. Shot clock winding down to Paul George. Lets it fly from long range. 24-second violation. Time to shuffle things up.
My ball here. My ball.
Has a look.
Hey, box out.
Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Kawhi Leonard against Porter to George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Leonard to Harkless. Here's Leonard for two. Knocks it down off the step back.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Beyond the arc for three. And the Clippers have the rebound. To Leonard.
You got it.
Beverly. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
These breakdowns happen because a team lacks communication. You have to point towards your man, keep that butt towards the baseline, and make sure you communicate through every screen.
Clippers have the basketball. Baseline drive. From the outside, no good.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
Porter.
Screen on your right.
Oh, ferocious slam inside.
Windmill.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
To Wendell Carter. And it's Zubats with the rebound. Beverly into the front court. Down a bundle. Knocked loose. Count the basket inside.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Young. Carter. Easy path to the rim.
And you always feel like the words vision and unselfishness go together. They work cohesively as a unit. When you have a guy that has both, that sets the tone for how your team is going to play.
Harkless to Leonard. Oh, he had him there for a second. Short jumper off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Otto Porter, now 3 for 9.
Everything about Porter is so low-key. No social media, and he's one of the few high-caliber NBA players that manages to stay out of the public eye while producing at an elite level in a number of categories.
Substitution being made in this one. Beverly to Paul George. Beverly to Leonard. LA with 4 to shoot. Beverly. Bulls have it. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The Bulls dominated this matchup from the opening tip, and the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second-chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Chicago Bulls. The Clippers did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Assists.
Great effort makes for great highlights. These guys are playing a relentless style of basketball that really suits them.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Paul George to Leonard. Probing the defense. Spinning shot won't fall. The drive right to the basket. Levine. 4-3. Well defended. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To George.
All by yourself.
Beverly. Off the mark. No good.
I got ball. I got ball. I got ball.
Driving right to the basket. Shot from in close. No good. George to Beverly. Leonard. To Beverly. They'll get it down low to Harrell. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Bulls with the basketball. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort, it's off the charts.
Too much contact. And free throws coming. Kawhi Leonard at the line for 2 shots. A career 84% free throw shooter. First one, count it. And he makes them both.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
To Wendell Carter. Able to convert inside.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Curling inside.
Back door. Back door.
The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Kawhi Leonard
Good job.
can't
boy. Good job.
connect. To Porter from long range. He engulfed him that time.
Give the defense some credit here. He killed them in the first half, driving and scoring at will. But now, it's lockdown time.
Paul George to Beverly. George to Leonard. Beverly.
Get back in there.
It's rebounded by the Bulls. It's LA Clippers ball.
You're on the island now.
Beverly. Knocked loose. Terrific hustle. Ball stays in play. To Wendell Carter. It goes down.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense.
Man, come on.
That's a
Come on.
turnover. It goes the other way. He gets it.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want it.
Young to Porter.
Screen left.
Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Fires the 3. And the rebound brought down by Harrell. Leonard to Paul George. Here's a chance from long range. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Leonard. Paul George. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
Everybody pick up. Everybody
To
pick
Young.
Up. D up.
To Wendell Carter. Young. Chicago with 4 to shoot. Working the outside. To Young. Fires the 3. And the rebound grabbed by the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard, defended by the former Hoya. Throws it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To Young. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not that time. He misses. Tough make through traffic.
Man, I've seen this kid play with some grown men prior to making it to the league. As my old friend would say, same pan, same grease.
George to Leonard. For 3. Not going down here. Young. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
Usually rookies allow themselves to get sped up because they're so hyped to play against the greats. But you got a different speed to your game. It's called poise.
Leonard. Deep right corner. To Leonard. Paul George.
Pick.
Gets it in the left corner.
Up, ball. I'm here.
And he finishes at the rim.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
I got ball.
Won't go.
Get it, boy.
The follow won't go either.
Hey, this is my man right here. Y'all get yours. I got ball.
To Young. Count it.
Shot, bro.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
To Beverly. Lets it fly from long range. Not getting the bounce.
Shot, my fault.
Has a chance. Shot no good there by Levine. And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Leonard to Harkless. To Leonard. Williams to Leonard. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Self-check.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's how you defend.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Laurie Markkinen. Tips it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
It's Chicago ball. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
You go back to the principles. Things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Lou Williams, couple of free throws on the way. A career 83% free throw shooter. First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line.
Yes, sir. Hold on.
Over to the right side. Porter. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Notice that the defense isn't giving him as much space anymore. They're crowding him every time he catches the ball and really getting into his legs defensively.
Bulls with the rock.
Who gonna do this?
To Porter. Goes to the right side. Beyond the arc for three. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Knocked loose.
My ball, my ball.
To Chris Dunn. And the rebound comes down to the Clippers. Baseline drive. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Pick up, pick up.
Dunn. 4-3. Shot off the mark. Good defense. To Harkless. Count the basket at the rim.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
To Chris Dunn. And the rebound taken down by the Clippers.
You gotta get up on that.
Harkless. Deep left corner. Lou Williams. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
And he's fouled. He's going to the line for two.
I don't know, Ed. Maybe there's a long-term play here. But next game, we're going to be aggressive early. Maybe.
And he connects on the first free throw.
Good shot, boy.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair.
That's me. I got ball.
George to Williams. Paul George to Beverly. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
From long range, shakes free and hits.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
To Beverly. Miles Bridges. Has a look. He's looking for that touch.
Good rebound, baby. Good rebound.
To Porter. Has a chance. Doesn't get the bounce.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Beverly to George. Can't connect from in close. And scores.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
3 quarters down. It has been all Bulls. The Bulls in possession as we start the 4th quarter, and it might be.
Let's do it. Get down, get down, get down. Half court, here come, here come.
And a whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Leonard to Paul George. To Leonard. Knocked loose. Bulls come away with it.
Take care of the ball.
To Wendell Carter. Young. Can't connect. It's no good.
In the first half, he pretty much made every single shot. It was magical to watch. But now that you have drawn so much attention, try to get your teammates more involved.
Come on, show me something better than that, baby. It's game time. Let's go.
Lobs it up. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Hey, watch this screen left.
Williams to George. Fires the three, and he stays cold from deep as he misses another one. It's no good. Here's a chance from long range. Oh, that's how it's done.
They got him in the first round to do exactly that. Make tough shots and help them win games.
LA Clippers with the basketball.
Match up.
Leonard to Williams. George. That's off the side of the rim, short.
My ball. Stop the ball.
To Wendell Carter. And counted at the rim.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Leonard to Paul George. They'll get it down to Green.
Shot up.
Short jumper off the mark.
D up, y'all.
George. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Michael Green has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 76% from the line.
Nice.
Goes 2 for 2.
Hey, keep shooting the ball.
Bulls have it. To Young. Thaddeus Young. 4 out of 10.
And a lot of passers usually have their head on a swivel, but ultimately, either you have a feel for the game or you don't.
To Williams. Knock loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
That's all she wrote. Dribble it out.
Goes to the left side. Paul George to Leonard. Williams.
Shot going up.
Not that time. He missed it.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Right back to you.
Cruises inside for 2.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Williams. Knock loose. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Lou Williams.
Defense, let's go.
To Zach LaVine. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Come on, please, give me the ball.
Williams to Leonard. Nice pass to set things up. Count the bucket for 2.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Fires the 3. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that 3.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
And look out. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
He's most definitely got the hot hand behind the three-point arc. Anytime your first-round pick is shooting like this, your GMs and owners just sit back and smile.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximal effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
Knocks down the first.
Shot, baby.
2 for 2 on that trip.
Okay, that's nice.
The pass taken away. Return label included.
The offense might want to adjust here. That's his 4th block of the evening.
The Bulls take this one as they win this one in blowout fashion. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Bulls put together a nice win here today. They were very opportunistic on defense, and it earned them a bunch of steals. Those first turnovers made all of the difference. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Chicago Bulls. The Clippers put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Steals. Player of the game.
And while you can't track leadership on a stat sheet, it was by far the most impressive thing he did in this game. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
Take a look at the remaining games. On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.